Hi, everybody. Welcome to the library today. I'm excited to do another story time. Today, I'm going to read stories about water. And in the end, I'm going to read this one called We Are Water Protectors. So I hope you'll stay for this story. This is an absolutely beautifully illustrated and important book. But I want to start today with a book called Hey, Water. It's by Antoinette Portis. And we're giving thanks to Neil Porter Books for letting us read this book today about water. And parents, if you want to take just a minute to pause, I always like to start story times with, what do we know about water? Where do we find it? I bet your child knows a lot about water already. So anyway, we're going to read a little bit about it today, and you can have these discussions with your children as we go on. Hey, water, I know you. You are all around. This is called a faucet. That's how most of us get our drinks of water. You spray up and down. Here's the shower. You trickle. See the water coming out of that hose? And gurgle. So there's a stream, and we have some of these creeks and streams that run through our community. And there's a river. We're going to read a little bit more about rivers today. Rivers are a little bit bigger than creeks and streams. And the rivers rush toward the sea. You cover most of the earth. There's the ocean. Some of you have had a chance to go to the ocean before. All the rivers run into oceans. Sometimes you lie quiet and calm. Maybe you had a chance to go to a lake this year. I stomp in you and scatter droplets everywhere. This is what we get after a rain, a big puddle. In the morning, you wink at me from grass. There's little dewdrops. If you get up early in the morning, sometimes you'll see dew on the grass. Sometimes you slide down my cheek. Water that comes out of our eyes, those are called tears. And then water that comes out of the sky, that's rain. You might see some rain this week here in Bozeman. This water coming out of a tea kettle, that's steam. Yeah, that's when water boils. And this water that goes up into the sky, that's a cloud. It's full of water droplets. You drift in the air and hide. Fog. Sometimes you freeze hard as a rock, like an ice cube. And a really, really big ice cube is called an iceberg that floats out in the ocean. And if you skate on ice, that's called an ice rink. And water that falls out of the sky on a very cold day, we all know what that is. You're right. It's hard to see S-N-O-W down there. Snow. I know it's you, water, even when you're in a snowflake. You're hiding in a snowman. You're hiding in me. We all have water inside of us. Well, you're a part of every living thing. Do you know some of those things you see on that page? I bet you know a lot of those. There's water in everything. And when I'm thirsty, there you are. Hey, water, thank you. One of the ways we say thank you to water, because we need it to live, is to try very hard to do whatever we can to keep our water clean and to not waste it. So I have lots of books at the library about all kinds of good practices to not waste water and help keep your water clean. And I also have a lot of good books on different science experiments you can do in your kitchen and your bathtub, all about water. So if that's something you'd like to explore more, families, please come and let us know, and we'll help you find good books about that. So the river that is closest to us here in Bozeman is, we have this lovely area called Three Forks, and in Three Forks we have three rivers that come together. And I just wanted to show you, this book is all about the Missouri River, which is a really big river. And so it starts here, it begins in Three Forks, and the Missouri River goes all the way up through the northern part of Montana, all the way through North Dakota, all the way through South Dakota, and it goes all the way down to St. Louis, all the way down here at the very bottom of the page. And that's where the Missouri River flows into the giant Mississippi River. So the Missouri River is over 2,000 miles long, but it starts right down this road from us in Montana at Three Forks. And it's called Three Forks because three rivers come together to make the Missouri. So we have this book about the Missouri River. And parents, I'm sure you've taken your kids out on some of our local rivers and shown them a little bit. It's fun to look at maps and look at the rivers. So I wanted to read a fun story called Over in a River and Floating Out to the Sea. Do you know what birds those are? Let's open up this book and see. I think we're going to find out. So this book is all about rivers in the United States, and it is by Marianne Burkus and illustrated by Jill Dubin, and it's thanks to Dawn Publications. Over in a river where the warm waters run lived a mother manatee and her little calf one. Paddle, said the mother. I paddle, said the one. So they paddled in a river where the warm waters run. And this is from the St. Johns River all the way down in Florida. That's where the manatees are swimming. Over in a river where the cattails grew lived a mother blue heron and her little chicks too. Stand, said the mother. We stand, said the two. So they stood like statues where the cattails grew. And this is from the Hudson River, way up here in the northeast. We have blue herons here too, don't we? There's a salmon. Over in a river flowing out to sea lived a mother wild salmon and her little smolts, 3. That's what they call babies. Splash, said the mother. We splash, said the 3. So they splashed down a river flowing out to sea. So that river way up there in the northwest, the Columbia River, is where those salmon like to swim. Now let's travel back to the northeast. Over in a river, in a nest on the shore, lived a mother mallard duck and her little ducklings 4. Waddle, said the mother. We waddle, said the 4. So they waddled to the river from their nest on the shore. And that river is the St. Lawrence River. But you've all seen ducks in ponds and rivers here. This is a water snake. Look at that. Over in a river where they swallowed prey alive lived a mother water snake and her little hatchlings 5. There are 5 baby snakes in this picture. Kind of hard to see on this. Slither, said the mother. We slither, said the 5. And they slithered by a river where they swallowed prey alive. This is the Ohio River. So it flows into the Gulf here. And look at that river there, Ohio. Now we're going to be on the Colorado River. Over in a river in their lodge built with sticks lived a busy mother beaver and her little kit 6. Gnaw, said the mother. We gnaw, said the 6. So they gnawed on bark near their lodge built with sticks. Over in a river, darting up toward heaven, lived a mother dragonfly and her dragonfly 7. Whirl, said the mother. We whirl, said the 7. So they whirled above a river, darting up toward heaven. And this is from the Rio Grande River. Here's our Missouri River. And look at the animals. That's right. They're little muskrats. They're sort of smaller than beavers. And you can see muskrats around in rivers in Montana. Over in a river where they could communicate lived a furry mother muskrat and her little kits 8. Squeal, said the mother. We squeal, said the 8. So they squealed in a river where they could communicate. And look at that long Missouri River we just looked at. And you know where that is. The beginning, that's Three Forks, Montana. Or headwaters. Over in a river in the warm sunshine lived a mother tree frog and her little froglets 9. Hop, said the mother. We hop, said the 9. So they hopped to a river in the warm sunshine. This is from the Sacramento River in California. All those frogs. When you read this book, you'll be able to count them all. Over in a river where they played in their den lived a father river otter and his little pups 10. Slide, said the father. We slide, said the 10. So they slid in the mud and they played in their den. And this is from the Mississippi River. So there's the Missouri River that flows in, and here's the Mississippi down there. Over in a river flowing out to sea, river animals have homes, swimming wild and flying free. So there's a whole bunch of rivers. There's so many more. But this whole book covered some of the bigger rivers we have. You see there, there's all the rivers. Or these are the animals that were swimming in the rivers. There you go. All right, one more book. And this one, I got to listen to the author read the book, and I got to listen to the illustrator talk about how she made these beautiful pictures. So the author's name is Carol Lindstrom, and the illustrator is Michaela Goad. And Carol lives in Maryland now, and Michaela lives in Alaska. And this is a book that they made together called We Are Water Protectors. So we were talking about how important it is to keep our water clean and so that we can drink it, and it keeps all animals and creatures alive. So Carol is a tribal member of the Anishinaabe people, and she wrote this story after Standing Rock in 2016, when I think representatives from every tribe in the whole nation came together to try to protect their water. So this is called We Are Water Protectors. Water is the first medicine, Nokomis told me. We come from water. It nourished us inside our mother's body, and it nourishes us here on Mother Earth. Water is sacred, she said. We stand with our songs and our drums. We are still here. The river's rhythm runs through my veins. It runs through my people's veins. My people talk of a black snake that will destroy the land. Spoil the water, poison plants and animals, wreck everything in its path. When my people first spoke of the black snake, they foretold that it wouldn't come for many, many years. But now the black snake is here. Its venom burns the land, courses through the water, making it unfit to drink. Take courage. I must keep the black snake away from my village's water. I must rally my people together to stand for the water, to stand for the land, to stand as one against the black snake. We stand with our songs and our drums. We are still here. It will not be easy. We fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. The winged ones, the crawling ones, the four-legged, the two-legged, the plants, trees, rivers, lakes, the earth. We are all related. Tears like waterfalls stream down, tracks down my face, tracks down my people's faces. Water has its own spirit, Nokomis told me. Water is alive. Water remembers our ancestors who came before us, she said. We are stewards of the earth, and our spirits have not been broken. We are water protectors. We stand. The black snake is in for the fight of its life. At the end of this book, you can find out a lot more about Carol and the illustrator and how you say some of the words. So if you have any desire to learn more about Standing Rock and the idea of protecting the water, and at the end, look at that, you can't write in this library book, but you could say the Water Protector Pledge, and you could pledge to protect water and to keep it clean and healthy for not only ourselves, but for all the people that come after us. We are water protectors. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you would like to come into the library and look for more books all about water and other stories we have about water, please do so. We're open from 10 to 5, Tuesday through Saturday. And if you'd like to give us a call, please call the Children's Desk anytime, and we're happy to help you find books or do whatever you'd like. Any way we can help your family and what you're doing now at home. So thank you again. My name is Cindy, and I work at the Bozeman Public Library. I'm so happy to have you here today. Bye-bye.